Hello, I'm from the Australian Government. Have you noticed how we make everything good? One by one, we're taking the things you know and love: Medicare, TAFE, the ABC, ARC, the National Archives, public schools, handshakes, desks, and turning them into conduits for our That's because we make everything good. In today's episode of Make Everything Good, we look at the CSIRO, your trusted science agency, which has earned a reputation for great inventions, Wi-Fi, space stuff, AeroGar, unlike gas companies, which have earned a reputation for poisoning aquifers, ripping you off with high bills, and paying no tax. So we thought, hey, what if we could let those gas companies use the CSIRO brand to regain your trust and keep making the ching-ching? Introducing Jazeera. Jazeera is an alliance between your beloved CSIRO and the 5 biggest companies in Australia's fracking industry. It's a great setup. They provide the money and the CSIRO provides the logo. Those gas companies are very modest, so whenever Jazeera publishes its research, they give CSIRO all the credit. No need to mention them. Of course, CSIRO scientists care deeply about their integrity. But don't worry, Jazeera fixed that problem by putting gas executives on all the committees that oversee its research. And just to be sure, we also cut hundreds of CSIRO climate scientist jobs and made the rest fear for their jobs if they speak out. We make everything good. Jazeera has made some terrific findings, like that time they said this river being on fire is totes normal and has nothing to do with the thousands of fracking wells all around it. Turns out it does. Or that time Jazeera found our fracking emits less than the US. Sure, gas companies told it which wells to study, and sure, it only measured the well pads, ignoring all the other infrastructure and pipelines. But let's not get caught up in the details. And of course, that time Jazeera discovered fracking is safe for the environment by testing 6 out of Queensland's 19,000 gas wells. Sure, those 6 wells were chosen by Origin, who was so thoughtful they even paid for the tests, but that was good enough for us. So now we can tell you the CSIRO says fracking is safe for the environment. And that's how we've been letting your trusted science agency be infiltrated and hollowed out by these earth tumours. But don't worry, you still have your trusted Bureau of Meteorology. Hello, I'm from The Bomb, and today's forecast is brought to you by our sponsors, who gave us millions to not mention climate change. We make everything good. In New South Wales, expect Santos to the beautiful Pilliga forest, with a high chance it'll also take a on surrounding farmlands unless you lock the gate. All approved as safe thanks to research by Jazeera. Moving to the NT, watch out for this new piece of on the block run by Liberal Party donors, which is ready to frack the outback now that the moratorium has been lifted, thanks to research by Jazeera. Speaking of moratoriums, Victoria's just lifted theirs, so watch out for gas companies lining up to drill the Great Ocean Road, unless you tell them to off, which is how you saved Crib Point from AGL. You know, the wankers who'll sue you if you use their logo to expose how they're Australia's biggest climate polluter. And in WA, if allowed to proceed, this flaming comet will wipe out not just our climate targets, but also the Murujuga rock art, home to the oldest known depiction of the human face. How appropriate. We'd like to warn you that all this will lead to more extreme weather events, droughts, floods, and hotter, more frequent bushfires. But the very same guy who founded Jazeera and turned your CSIRO into a cheer squad for gas companies is now our boss, and he loves to remove all mention of climate from our public statements. Please send help. Back over to you at Bull HQ. Thank you, Bomb. What's that? How can we let your most trusted and beloved agencies be infiltrated and corrupted by these soulless parasites? Oh, sweetie, that's what happens when your government's being captured by the fossil fuel industry. Join us next week for another episode of Make Everything Good as we take a look at universities, the NDIS, and your life in general. Authorised by the Department for the Gas-Led